Hi, my name is Pranav Sharma, and I am a Nepali American, and today I'll be talking to you about my background and culture. But before I start, let me tell you some facts about Nepal. Nepal is the only national flag in the world to have a non-rectangular shape. It is also in between two of the most largest and densely populated countries in China and India, and is also home to the tallest mountains in the world in the Himalayas. But something I bet y'all didn't know about Nepal are about the Gurkhas. Gurkhas are Nepali warriors, and to give you an idea, they are to Nepal as cowboys are to Texas. And they are known around the world for their strength and bravery. And just as the legacy, my parents instilled those same values in me to never be afraid of my dreams and never be afraid of hard work. My parents grew up in Nepal and they moved to the US 25 years ago. When they were in their early 20s, they hardly knew anyone and they didn't know the language very well. Yet they overcame those obstacles, and as a result, my mom became a college professor and my dad became an engineer. And I'm proud and thankful for the opportunities that my parents have given me today in instilling the values of pursuing my education and working hard towards it. Now, I am an only child, but I feel like my family is bigger than just the three of us, as each of my parents have 4 brothers and sisters, leaving me with a grand total of 16 first cousins. And to me, I feel like that's way too much. Nepali culture prides itself on maintaining strong relationships within the family, and a great way to do that is at the dinner table, with foods like momos, which are Nepali dumplings, dried fruit, which tastes similar to Mexican candy, and tea. Tea is, of course, a big part of Nepali culture, similar to other countries, and is often served in the mornings and afternoons. And whenever I visited Nepal last summer, I noticed the Nepalese are all about sharing meals together. Whenever my mom and I would visit a new relative, they'd always want to share a meal with us. And at first I was okay with it, because who doesn't like good food? But then I realized the Nepali people love their rice. Rice was such a big part of the Nepali diet, as it was served with other dishes for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And for me, I felt like that was way too much. In fact, when I got back to DFW with my parents, I asked my parents if we could go straight to Whataburger on our way home. Last summer was the 4th time I visited Nepal, and flying over the Himalayan mountains just never gets old. Seeing such a large and vast landmass at 30,000 feet above the clouds outside your airplane window is a surreal experience, and it's something that I highly recommend for those of you who have not yet gotten the chance to see it, as it is one of the many wonders of the world. But my most memorable experiences were when I was with my cousins. Doing fun activities like riding on an elephant for the first time in a zoo, to pushing a cart when it stopped working in a crazy storm. And for me, it was less about the actual actions of what we were doing, but more about creating lifelong memories that we would never forget, because I feel like that is the most important part of any experience. And finally, having the openness of a big family and growing up in a multicultural environment has helped me create many of the bonds and relationships that I have today. And it took me a while to open up to this uniqueness of being from Texas and Nepal. I embraced it, and I'm glad I did, because I'm proud of the person I am today. Thank you.